Hey everybody, how are you? This is June 2nd, 2023, and this is Rick Sadler, founder of Hit and Run Candlesticks. Let's dive right into today pretty quick here, huh? What we closed yesterday was CVNA for a whopping 110% or $2,062 on 5 contracts. What a great trade. The CVNA, this is in one of our most favorite, absolute best setups called the rounded bottom breakout. This is something we teach every single day. We love it. It's absolutely fantastic. We had no losses yesterday. We're holding losses in our portfolio, but I did not close anything out. So I don't want anyone to think we have nothing but wins. We do have losses. I'll post those when we have those. Members or trial members of Hit and Run Candlesticks, remember that we post all trades that we make in the trading room and on your phone through our app if you can't be in the trading room. Please, if you're listening to this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. You'll get education, alerts, updates, upcoming promotions. Now let's take a look at some trades that we might be looking at this week here. Alrighty? Hey, good morning again, everybody. How are you? Good morning, Bob, Lenny, Angel, Emma, John, Mai. Good morning, Ed. Good morning. Yay, it's Friday. Terrific. It's Friday. I love Fridays. Okay, so here we are, last day of the week on this June 2nd, 2023. Hey, again, good morning, everybody. CVNA, you guys all know I closed that out yesterday. Whopping 110% or little over $2,000 with 5 contracts. What a sweet trade. This was a rounded bottom breakout. This is one of my favorite chart patterns, so let's talk about it. Anybody wants to talk about that, throughout the day, next week, any day, let me know. We can do that. It absolutely does not guarantee that, you have trades like this. This was an exceptionally good trade overall. But boy, I'll tell you, the setup, it works. It does. Okay, what do we got going on? We better look at the SPY here. Oh yeah, maybe I better stay right here for a second. So I've closed this out. It certainly could have more room to the upside. If we take a look at the weekly chart, we're just at the weekly 50 period moving average. Up here at about 52 and a quarter is this top where it kind of hung out for a little bit back in August of 2022. So it just might want to head that direction. I see here there's a little bit of maybe resistance right in here. We ought to consider around $20.95. And if we look at the daily chart, you can see where that resistance is. So it's about $4, maybe $5 ahead of us here. So there's still money to be made there. Wait for the setup. This is important. Wait for the setup. Anyway, we'll monitor this. Certainly get back in it if we need to do that. All right, let's take a look at the market really quick. Looks like the SPY is still happy. I go over here. The trend is up. I'm going to trade with my trading trend. My trading trend is pretty much this red and green dots and that white line, the T line and the trend indicator. It's real simple. This will tell me when the market is bullish and when the market is bearish. By somebody else's standards, that might not be true, but you're trading for yourself, you're trading with yourself, you're trading by yourself. So who gives a rat's patoot what somebody else's standards are? Take control of your own standards. This is my standard trading trend, and if we come back over here, you can see that the dots are still green. Everything is still wonderful. The 50 is still rallying. The price is still moving up. So go SPY, right? Let's take a look at the diamonds. Maybe they're not doing so good. Let's look over here. Yeah, maybe they're not doing so good. So that my trading trend is still suggesting that the diamonds are still underwater. That's giving us a lot of friction with, well, that's one reason why it's a trader's market. You can have great bullish charts and great bearish charts to trade. And it's because we have this friction between some of the major indices. So right now the diamonds are still down. I can see that from a price action view, this last week has been pretty good for the diamonds. I can see this morning we're popping up, but we've yet to become a winner on the diamonds. The diamonds are still underwater at this time. Although it's got a good little start, we still need more time to see if they're going to get bullish. Take a look at the Qs. Oh my God, that's all I can say. Thank goodness for AI. AI has been the driver of the Qs and the driver of majority of this market. So as long as the Qs stay up, price above the T-line, T-line above the trend indicator, all it is now is a matter of waiting for the setup. If you don't know what the setup is, ask. We'll figure some out. We'll talk about it. Repetition. That's what helps you build that confidence. Yesterday we talked a lot about confidence and trust in yourself. And talking about it and go overing it is what really helps with that. And then there's IWM. I'm impressed. All right, I'm impressed. I am. So here's IWM. Between these two big fat lines, whatever that is, turquoise or whatever color that is, green, some sort of green, that's just noise in there. That's just noise. We're just building a base. We're going to call it, are we building a base to go up, or are we building a top to fall more in the basement? We'll see, and we'll know when we break out of the bottom of this or break out of the top of this. So over here, I've got these pitchfork indicators set up, and just judging from this bottom, day before yesterday was kind of, oh, doggone it, this is not going to work so well, right? All of a sudden yesterday we came back in, the bulls just came back pretty darn good. And it appears pre-market, the small caps seem pretty happy with whatever news may be out there, which we all know jobs numbers was today. So gapping up, we're looking pretty good. We're above that lower trend line. So right now I'm hopeful. We're also above the 50 period moving average. I'm hopeful on IWM. It's a breakout of about 180 that I will become cheerful opposed to hopeful. And that would be really, 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 really cool if we could do that. And then what we would have here as far as a chart pattern goes, let's see, we'll make this blue. There we go. What we'll have here is this rally up to this high, this pullback, a low, a high, a low, double bottom here. And then if we break out of that high, that kind of sets IWM free on the upper side of this base. And that's what we want to see, a breakout of that base. And that could set that free. All right, I wasted a whole lot of time there. Let's talk about some charts here really quick. Chewy reported pretty good yesterday. Today we're holding up. Look, whenever a stock gaps, there is always a serious chance that it comes back and fills back here. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing. Just be warned, and if somebody says something like this, which I'm going to say, Chewy looks to me like it has potential. I see a gap right up here at about 44.50. Okay, now that does not mean that Chewy is just going to go to 44.50. It's not what that means. Charts don't move that way. They meander along. They have to stop for gas. They've got to stop for a Twinkie, a burger, some chips. They even sometimes they forget something at their last gas station and they've got to go back and get it. So what could happen here is we could wander up a little bit and then start wandering back down. fill that gap, which is a common thing to do, and then start moving up and do its little thing here, boom, 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 up like this. So while I think Chewy has a nice target of 44.50, we want to wait for the right setup. This is why I post trades in the room and on the app right here, because we watch them. You know, not only do I watch them with the scanner, there's, you know, on any given day, there's about 130 people in the room. You guys are all watching. We're all coming together, and we're able to spot these things when it might be time. So a great working group. We just need to be prepared when the time is right. Tesla, I think Tesla still goes higher. I kind of kicked myself. I really wanted to buy it yesterday, but I got busy doing a lot of other stuff, and I just totally missed it. I'm not too concerned because I happen to think Tesla's going to move back up into here. So I'm just going to wait for the next setup. Typically, the next setup will be something like a 3/8 trap, one of the entry methods we use all the time, a pullback lower than the previous highs, you know, a PBO type setup, consolidation, something we call pop out of the box maybe, and basically they boil down to little pullbacks, flags, pennants, things like that, J-hook continuation patterns, things we talk about it, things we share. So I'm going to wait patiently for this. I don't need to rush, no fear of missing out. That's plenty money up here, so I'll be watching that one. SWKS. On SWKS, I am still holding this one at just shy of 48% on it, with just 3 contracts. This is starting to look really, really, really good here. We get this breakout of 107.30. That's, you know, that could set us up to move into the 113.70 area. 113.70. Man, that's another, good Lord. This is going to be another over 100% trade if it moves up. There is also a really, really, really good chance that we move over that 50, we set up, so we pop up, we pull back, one of our typical below the highest high in X days, 3/8 trap, consolidation, maybe a candlestick pattern. You know, I just may come in here and buy a whole new position while still holding the position I've already got 30, 48, 48, almost 48% in. And then have 2 positions, one big moving up and then one not so big moving up. So that's looking pretty good. What else do we have here? Intel, I think we need to keep our eyes on Intel. Intel certainly is tradable right in here. Absolutely, it's tradable. I'm waiting for that pullback, which we are starting to get that now. When the time's right, I'll post it in here in the room and on the app. So please, all members and trial members, make sure you have that app up and running. Where Intel might get really good, though, is over 33.90. Breakout over this high. Let's just look at the weekly chart. There's the weekly chart. Absolutely. It just looks like perfection to me. Now, don't confuse perfection with it's guaranteed to move up. That doesn't always work the same. It looks good. It looks like it should, but a whole lot of things can happen with this market. So we'll be watching that. And now that we're over the 50 period moving average on the weekly and the 200 period moving average is right there, we now have a rounded bottom breakout on the weekly. So you can bet that I'm going to be watching this one really close for an entry here. Amazon is still working. This is another one I'm still holding up 30, we'll call it 38%, which it's going to be more. I'm going to be over 40% on the open here. I've got a target of 129. Why do I have that there? Well, we're close to the 200 period moving average. Let me make that a little darker for you. There you go. We're close to the 200 period moving average. I think that's a good enough target. So if it can move up today, I see myself closing Amazon today. No questions about it. We're going to close it somewhere above 40%, I suspect. That's on 3 contracts. I had 6. I've closed half already. That'll put me over another $2,000 profit on Amazon. Weekly, this is a rounded bottom breakout on the weekly chart. And the daily is just a beautiful, beautiful chart. By the way, this was a rounded bottom breakout right here and right through here. How sweet is that? All right, everybody, it's Friday. It's June 2nd. It's 2023. Enjoy yourself today, and I will see you back here at the bottom of the hour. All righty? You guys take care. Thank you.